Yo.
Nelson Cortez.
We could move
45 seconds to the start of the race.
I would like that one to stay there. Okay. It's fine. Let's try it there. That seems more reasonable.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Okay. No check from Brett. I know Gonzo's not going to make it. He had to drive all the way to San Jose to get another radio. Art, I'll call you first. Nelson, I'll call you second.
15
Art,
seconds to the start of the race.
We'll start fourth. We got 15 seconds to the start, guys. Bring them right over here to the staging area. Is Brett on?
Less than 5.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's the yellow is the start-finish line. So staging is in the chicane. Yeah, you don't want to get too close. Like, that's too close to the yellow for sure. That's our start-finish line right there. So, Art, I'll call you first. Nelson, I'll call you second. Narby will start third. Devin, fourth. And then here comes Brett. It looks like Brett's going to make the race. And we'll call Brett last. All of our quarter marshals are out there. Thanks, guys. This is race number 1. Brett, head on up to the driver's stand. We're going to get this one underway. So since I called Brett last, he'll be able to take one warm-up lap while we call off the order. Go ahead, Brett. Our quarter marshals are ready, and our drivers are ready. Wait for your name. Art. Nelson, Narby, Devin, and last but not least, Brett. Oh, watch it over on the right-hand side. Right-hand side. And a good example by our marshal there on the way that we should marshal, which is that kind of gingerly walk. And the carpet surface out here in the Limo Raceway for our inaugural West Coast Indoor Championships. Race number 1. Our first of 2 groups of USGT out there on the course. 14.44 Cortez, 14 flat for Picton, Narby with a 14.6. Top 2 drivers on 21 lap runs right now. Race number 2, you guys should be in tech, guys. Race number 2, you guys should be in tech. Nick Pantana, John Hicks, Dominic, Juan, Angel, and Juan. Once again, race number 2, you guys should be in tech. 3-way battle up in front, Cortez, Picton, and Narby, separated by 1.8 as a total. And right now it is Nelson Cortez out in front by 8/10, 21 and a 5:04, 21 and a 5:08 for Picton, and 21 and a 5:13 for our third place driver, Narby. Arthur in fourth with a 14 flat, and Brett with a 20.3 to round out our top and only 5 Gonzo DNS. Cortez 14.8 the last time by, working his way through the center of the course. Coming up on slower cars, and the slower car makes way. Cortez now dropping down to the second spot. It's going to be Picton out in front. Picton down the back stretch. So Devin, our new race leader in that blue and yellow. And there's Devin across the start finish line, 14 flat. That's going to be his personal hot lap. The hot lap of the race is Arthur Knight with a 13.8. 2:15 down, 2:45 left to go. Got 2:15 down, 2:45 left. Knight now taking over the top spot, 14.1 the last time by. Big battle. Oh, trouble in the middle. And we're clear. Marshals are on it. Arthur, Devin, and Nelson separated by 1.5 each. And now dissolving to a 2.9 spread between each of our top 3. So 5 second spreads the top 3 as a total. And now only 2 on a 21 lap run. 5:07 for Knight, 5:13 for Cortez. Picton dropping to a 20 and a 5:02 pace. So second place, Nelson down the back straightaway, trailing the race leader by 3.8 now. Arthur down the back straightaway coming up on Brett. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. Everybody's racing against the clock here, so if you get a faster car coming up on you, it's best to go a little wide, let that faster car by. With everybody trying to make that same goal, do the most amount of laps in the least amount of time. Rocket round qualifying. Battle for second right now. Nelson and Devin separated by 1/10. Top three back on 21 lap runs. Picking up the pace here. Up into the 2 spots. See if Devin can work its way back to the top spot. It's a long voyage, so 6.7 second lead for Arthur.
1 minute left.
So big lead here for Arthur, our race leader. Coming across the start finish line. It's going to be the orange and black down the backstretch. With a 7-second lead, a half a lap advantage over Picton and Cortez, who battled out for the 2 spot. Well, by Narby and Brett, 35 seconds left to go. Getting ready for race number 2, guys. Have them ready. Race number 3. Start heading to tech. Arthur, 14.2 the last time by, still holding the hot lap of the race on lap number 7 of a 13.8. Picton, 14.6. And Cortez, 15.6 the last time by. Narby's 14.3 the last time by. And Brett with a 22.2 the last time by. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Time has expired on the master timer. You guys are on your individual timers. Always take an extra lap, guys. 2 to finish, guys. 2 to finish. Waiting on one more, guys. Waiting on one more. Narby still to finish. And that's a race, guys. Everybody is done. All right, it's going to be Arthur Knight taking the win, 21 and a 5:03. Devin Picton second, 21 and a 5:12. Nelson Cortez third, 20 and a 5:01. Narby and Brett. All right, guys, so we have race
Dominic
number
Garza.
2 coming up right here. Race number 3, you should be in
Nick
10.
Pantana.
Right now our TQ is a
Juan
21
Avidia.
and a 5:03.8 set by Arthur Knight from that previous group. Let's get those 5 guys
Angel
out
Fernan.
to corner marshal. Guys, fill the middle spots first. And we'll need 1 volunteer from the pit area for Gonzo.
John Hicks. One minute to the start of the race.
13.5 scale. No. Have you paid for 2? Not yet. Okay. Go see the guys in front. Yeah, I'll put you.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Yo. Yeah. I did.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
I gotta get the guy that invited me. I mean, come on. All right, I think I got one more guy to check in. Juan De Leon, thanks Juan. Take a warm-up lap here. Let's get the rest of our marshals out there. Gonzo is
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Thanks. Brad's gonna help us for Gonzo. I need one more marshal out there in the middle. Could you help us out in the middle? Thank you.
Less than 5.
All right, so everybody's checked in except for Juan De Leon. Starting order is going to be Nick going first. John, I'll call you second. Dominic Garza third. Juan De Leon, I'll call you fourth. Angel, I'll call you fifth. And Juan Avatia, I'll call you sixth. Corner marshals are ready. We're going racing to the sound of your name. Nick, John, Dominic, Juan De Leon, Angel, and Juan Avatia. Guys, make sure you guys are ready. Make sure you're going to tech the race prior to your race. Watch it in the middle. Good job. Thank you, Devin. All right, so perfectly done. As we're so conditioned to run while we marshal, we must walk at a slower pace on this rug here. Fernan out in front. Avatia in second. Garza in third early in this one. 14.4. We saw the hot lap at a 13.8 in the last group. Let's see how this plays out. Second group of USGT, and the top 10 make the main. So there's going to be 2 odd men out here. Well, we will have a B main event, so there's going to be a couple small B main events. In the event that we have 11 entries, we're probably going to squeeze that 11th car in based on the class. And, of course, Porsche Cup. Everybody will be in the final for Porsche Cup with the box stock speed. Avatia out in front, 13.9, his hot lap. The hot lap of the race is John Hicks with a 13.8. So matching the speed. Help him out over here, watching the start-finish line, and we're clear. Juan Avatia out in front on a 22 and a 5:13, so it is a new TQ run. Fernan in the 2 spot on a 21 and a 5 flat. There's Angel down the backstretch. And Angel now taking over the top spot. Race number 3, 12 scale modified. You guys should be in tech. Race number 4, start thinking about tech. We'll take a break at the end of this round. We'll do our resort. We're scheduled to do the races about a little bit less than 3 hours per round. So we'll be done before 6 o'clock tonight. Fernan out in front. Avatia in second. Hicks in third. 21 and a 5:01.5. The pace for our race leader. It's a new TQ run by 2 seconds. Fernan with clean air out in front of him. He's got something right behind him. They're side by side. And these guys are duking it out. Avatia and Fernan separated by 4/10 on the clock, on the track. These guys are coming across the start-finish line, and that is second and third paired up. Hicks and Fernan. Hicks in the third spot. Fernan down to second. It's Juan Avatia into the top spot again. Uh-oh. Wrong side of the track. Throw him on the your side there. Oh, watch it coming onto the straightaway. Caution coming onto the straightaway. Left-hand side. Caution coming onto the straightaway. Left-hand side. And we are clear. Body tuck for that one. And we're clear. Oh, it's still got something wrong with the body. Watch it coming onto the straightaway. Never park in the line. Pull it over into the corner. Trouble for that one. Hicks out in front now. Calling for body tuck. He said, pick it up. Pick it off. John Hicks, 14.2 the last time by. Out in front by 3.9 now on a 21 and a 5:09. Things got sloppy just for a moment there. 21 and a 5:08. So this is 5 seconds off of the TQ run. You get 3 chances to have a good run here. All right, 1 minute left to go. John Hicks out in front by 4 seconds over Fernan, and Fernan 1.6
1 minute
in
left.
front of Juan A, followed by Pantana in the 4 spots. So Nick across the start finish line, 14.6 down the backstretch. Nick is out there representing for BWS Raceway out there in Lake Parrish, California. Going to have some of our Southern California guys up here this week. John Hicks, Angel Fernan, and Juan Avatia are top 3, followed by Pantana Garza. 30 seconds left to go, guys. John Hicks on a 21 and a 5:06.5. You know, nothing makes me happier than the race announcer out front. Well, there is down the backstretch our local club announcer, race director John Hicks, 21 and a 5:06. Let's see if we can compete with Arthur Knight's 5:03 here. 14.3 backed up with a 14.3. We're running out of time here, so it looks like Arthur's time will hold up. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Always take the extra lap, guys. 2 more to finish. Waiting on Angel. And that's the race. Everybody is done. John Hicks going to take the win, 21 and a 5:05.9. Arthur Knight will remain the top qualifier. Angel Ferdinand second, 21 and a 5:13. Juan Avitia third with a 20 and a 5:05. Pantana fourth, and Garza off the track early fifth. DNF for Garza, DNS for Juan de Leon. All right, guys, we got race number 3 coming up right here. All right, we'll get our marshals to hop on out there. Angels already in position. Thank you. Let's get the rest of our corner marshals out there. Thanks. Race number 3, 12 scale modified. Let's go ahead and start
Todd
doing
Mason.
warm-up laps. Todd's ready to go.
1 minute to
Todd's
the start of the
racing
race.
12 scale class. The Pan Man. All right, race number 4, head to tech, guys. Race number 4, head to tech.
45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
Race number 3 right here. 12 scale modified.
Less than
Jacob
5.
Cruz take a little warm-up lap here. Oh, man. Jacob's got to rent a ride. Stewart says, hey, that's my world's car. Don't tweak it too bad, okay? Here comes Stewart and Jacob. So we're also looking for Kevin Jones. And race number 4, VTA is in tech, guys. Race number 4, VTA is in tech.
Stuart Mason. Jacob Cruz.
Kevin Jones. All right, looks like we're going to start with 3. No check from Kevin Jones. Oh, you. False alarm. So, Kevin, you don't need to marshal now. We'll need you to marshal during race 4. All right, guys, this is race number 3. It looks like Stewart's going to make it. We're set for an 8-minute race right here. Corner marshals are ready. You guys are way too close to the loop. Let's bring them back right in front of you over there. So staging is by the dots over there in the kink. The front three should be right at the dots. And when we have a full group, you'll see the back of the pack right where they're parked now. All right, wait for your name, guys. Stuart. Jacob. And Todd. Well, you got good odds in this one. We got our top and only three out there right now. We'll see Kevin Jones in round number 2. He's going to sit out this first round. So Stuart Mason 11.1, Jacob Cruz 11.8, Todd 14.3. Stuart is the blue, Jacob is the orange, and Todd in the pink and blue. Oh, man. And that's the father and son pairing there. Oh, no, body tuck, and we're clear. So father and son tangling it up there. It's going to be a long ride back to Seattle. Actually, Stuart goes to college down here. So Stuart's from Seattle, but he's one of our locals here, the track coordinator and designer. So Stuart Mason out in front, but here comes Jacob Cruz. So Jacob in the orange coming across the start-finish line, making up all sorts of ground on Stuart after that body tuck. 11-4 for Jacob. And there is Jacob down the backstretch, 11.4. Stuart bringing the heat, 10-8. Oh, man, Dad tagging that corner over here on the left-hand side. Stuart ripping the track right now in that light blue in through the middle. It happens so quickly in this class. These things are like slot cars with no rails. Mason 11.1, Cruz 11.7. Stuart out in front by 2.5 on a 42-lap run. Yep. 42.801, 41.801, and Todd 39.807. So the 12 scale classes are 8 minutes long. We do have 3 12 scale classes, so we'll see our rounds right around 3 hours per round, a little less than 3 hours per round for today's race program. We're looking about a 9-hour race program here. 2:30 down and 5:30 left to go. Mason out in front by 5 seconds over Jacob Cruz. The blue car across the start finish line. 10.6 backed up with a 10.7. His hot lap is a 10.4. And there's Stuart across the start finish line. 10.6. Stuart back in through the center of the course, out in front by 5.5. Jacob Cruz, 11.3 the last time by. Jacob's best lap was a 10.8. So a 10.8 just a moment ago for Jacob. Let's see what he's got this time by. Cruz 11 flats. Mason in, that's Todd Mason in third, 11.9 the last time by. Cruz getting marshaled there. 3:30 down, 4:30 left to go. Got 3:30 down, 4:30 left to go. That blue car down the backstretch, 11.6 on a 43 lap run now. Not even halfway there. VTA coming up next, guys. 4 down, 4 to go, guys. 4 down, 4 to go. Mason, 10.9. Cruz, 11.2. Todd in the third spot, 11.6. It's a 44-lap run out in front. Jacob in the second spot on a 41-lap run. And Todd in third on a 40-lap run. Race leader across the start finish line, 10.8, backed up with a 11 flat. Jacob 11.2 and Todd Mason with a 12 flat the last time by. Take a look at Jacob here coming across the start finish line. Over here on the left-hand side, down the backstretch, 11.3 the last time by. Todd needs help over here. Jacob back in through the center of the course, the orange car, through the chicane, and across the start finish line. Cruz with 11.3. Jacob's got his mom, Joan, and his dad out here watching and supporting. Mark and Joan. The RC family up here for a nice long weekend at our inaugural West Coast Indoor Championships. You're going to see some of these drivers duke it out in our final race, race number 19. These are obviously modified drivers.
Transponder 85466675.
As well, 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Transponder 4691993.
Stuart Mason out.
Transponder 85466675. Transponder 85466675.
2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Got 2:20 left. Stewart 10.7, Jacob 11.4.
Transponder 85466675.
All right, 6 down and 2 to go, guys. So I guess Ricky Bobby's dad was right. If you ain't first, you're last. Oh, man, making a U-turn, Stewart. Little deja vu there. All right, 1 minute and 45 seconds left.
Transponder 85466675.
Oh, man, trouble in the middle there. And we're clear. Thank you, Angel. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. Guys, 1:30 left to go. There's our race leader, 10.9.
Transponder 4691993.
We got some a big turnout here for the 12 scale classes. As I mentioned, we have several, actually 4 12 scale classes. We got the GT 12 class, we got the 17.5, 13.5, and modified. So
Transponder 85466675.
4 options here. For
Transponder 4691993. Transponder 85466675.
All right, guys, we got 1 minute left to go.
Transponder 85466675.
Jacob Cruz 12.2.
Transponder 4691993.
25 lap mark.
Transponder 4691993.
Here's the computer prompt. We're getting cars set down too early over there, so the computer keeps saying your guys' transponder numbers from VTA. So, trouble on the backstretch. Oh, that's an occupational hazard. Hicks. Retrieving the vehicle, it was our race leader, Stewart. It appears to still be a one piece. It was over the wrong side of the pipe. 15 seconds left to go. So a 26.2 second lap with that crash and retrieval. Still going to be a 16.5 second lead.
Transponder 4691993.
Minutes of racing. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Todd Mason's going to have a walk-off third. Stuart Mason, you are done with the win. I'm waiting for Jacob Cruz. One more to finish. Here comes Cruz. And that's a race. All right, Stuart Mason taking the win. Jacob Cruz second. And Todd Mason third. Bring them in, shut them down. We're going to need a couple volunteer corner marshals, guys. We only had 4 in the last race. Can't see the cars.
Eric Falk. Jim Yam. Jason Mavrakis. John Valatico. Michael Evert. Nick Pantana. Jake Alton.
All right, guys, we need a couple volunteer corner marshals out to the track. Can I get some marshals out there in the middle, please? Let's get some marshals out there in the middle. All 4 drivers from the last race and a couple volunteers. Stewart's out there. Todd's out there.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Brad's going to help us out. Thanks, Brad. We're looking pretty good on marshals here.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys. Starting order will be Eric Falk going first.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Mavrakis will start second. John Balatico will start third. Nick Pantana will start fourth. Tino, I'll call you fifth. Jim Yam, I'll call you sixth. Michael Everett, I'll call you seventh.
15 seconds to the start of the race. Tino Valaki.
Okay, here comes Tino. Tino
Less than
will
5.
Start fifth. Tino, take a lap, man. All right. Quarter marshals are ready. And our drivers are ready. Tino, I'll call you fifth. Wait for your name. Eric, Jason, John, Nick, Tino, Jim, Michael, and Jake. All right, race number 4, off and running VTA. Keep an eye on Pantana in this one. Over on the right-hand side, it's going to be that fluorescent orange through the middle. Oh, man. Nick with a little bit of a bobble there. Eric Falk in the second spot, trailing by 2.1. Balatico in third, 7/10 behind Eric. Followed by Jason and Jake to round out the top 5. VTA out on the course. Race number 5, you guys should be in tech. Race number 5, you guys should be in tech. Pantana out in front by 3.4, making 4.6 over Eric Falk with John Balatico in the third spot. Mavrakis and Alton to round out the top 5. Here comes Yam, Everett, and Valachi. Guys, get a faster car, give them a little bit of room, and work together out there. All with the same goal, trying to do the most amount of laps in the least amount of time. Uh-oh, one going backwards on the track, and we're clear. Nick Pantana out in front in the orange Mustang across the start-finish line. Number 48 down the backstretch. Pantana out in front by 11.9. He's dominating this class right now. Nick had a little bit of a tough time at USGT, but I'd like to say that Nick is a VTA specialist out here. 20 and a 5:09 the pace for Nick, coming up on a little bit of traffic through the middle. Jim Yam has been making some progress out there, folks. Yam up in the 2 spot. Falk in third. Mavrakis and Everett to round out the top 5. Balatico, Alton, and Valachi. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Got 2:10 left on the timer here. Watch it in the middle. Caution in the middle. We're clear. Pantana, 14.7 seconds out in front of Yam. Yam, 8/10 out in front of Falk. Race number 5, 12 scale, 13.5. Race number 5, you guys should be through tech. Race number 6, start thinking about tech. Race leader across the start finish line, 15.4, backed up with a 15.5. Down the back straightaway to go. Yam in the second spot, trailing by 16.6. Last time by for Yam, 16-4. Falk in third, 16-6 the last time by. And the battle is for the second spot with Yam and Falk separated by 1.1.
One minute left.
Eric and Jim battling out for that second spot separated by 2.2. Second place, Jim off the end of the straightaway now over on the right-hand side. Race leader coming up on Alton, and the race leader coming up on, it looks like, Valachi. Thanks. All right, 30 seconds left to go. Mavrakis in the 4th spot. Let's check in with Jason down the backstretch there. Jason is currently trailing by 4.7 to third place Eric Falk. See if Jason can make up some ground here right at the end. 5 seconds left to go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Got 3 more to finish. Jim Yam, you're done. Eric Falk, you're done. Mavrakis is done. Pantana is now done. I'm waiting for 2 more. 2 more to finish. Waiting on Michael. That's a race. Everybody's done. All right, guys. This is going to be Nick Pantana taking the win. 20 and a 5:13, laying it down by 2 laps over Jim Yam. 18 and a 5 flat for Jim for second. 18 and a 5:01 for Eric Falk. Third little photo finish for the 2 spot. Mavrakis in 4th, and Everett to round out the top 5, hauled by Alton and Valachi. Balatico. Bring him in, shut him down, come back out at corner Marshall, guys. This is race number 5.
Scott Barnes, Tim Kopp, Brian Bodine,
Race number 6, you guys should be heading in tech. Let's get some marshals out there, guys. We should have every single spot filled. Got
1 minute to the start of the race.
Back-to-back marshal race. So I'm going to give Todd an extra moment here.
"45 seconds to the start of the race. Todd Mason.
Need a marshal out in the middle, Nick, if you don't mind. Yeah.
"30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
From Kevin Jones, he says he's sitting out this round, and no check from John Hicks.
Less than 5.
You're not racing this one? Okay. All weekend or just this round? Come and let me know. All right, guys. Todd's making a final adjustment here. He was just marshaling, so we are giving him that extra minute here. So in the event that you are marshaling and then racing again, that is the only additional grace period. Todd, you ready? All right. Yeah, it's going to be Todd going first. Brian, I'll call you second. Hold on one sec. Brian Bodine, I'll call you second. Tim Kopp, I'll call you third. And Scott Barnes, you'll start 4th. Wait for your name. Todd Mason. Brian Bodine. Tim Kopp. and Scott Barnes. All cars go. You're on your individual timer here. It's race number 5 on the track. Race number 6. You guys should be in tech. Race number 6, you guys should be in tech. Tim Kopp out in front. Tim 12.7 down the backstretch.
Lowest priority.
Gotcha. Yep. Oh, they're saying pull it. Pull the white card. And that was our race leader. All right, so we got Todd Mason out in front the next time by, perhaps. He says, nope, I'm out too. Hey, we saw this happen before. All right. Well, we got 7 in the next group, so we are going to have a B main event in this class. Top 10 going to make the big show. Bodine out in front. Barnes in second. Mason with another walk-off third. Unless Kopp can get it back out there and said, forget about it. We get 3 chances at this. 1 minute and 45 seconds in, 6 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Race number 6 is going through tech. And race number 6, our second group of 12 scale 13-5. Have them ready. Coming up next is Steve, Rob, Jared, Alan, Kenneth, Stewart, and EJ. So we do have a late entry of EJ into 112 scale 13-5. Bodine out in front by 2.1 over Barnes. So Brian off the end of the straightaway, our race leader in the fluorescent orange on a 38-lap run. Barnes in the second spot, a 37-lap run. Here's Barnes through the middle. Got that blue and orange coming across the start-finish line now. 12.6 for Barnes. Bodine, 12.5. Hot lap of the race belongs to our race leader, 12.1. The orange car coming across the start-finish line here. Working on lap number 14 now. A long voyage in the 12-scale class. All of our 12-scale classes get those 8-minute runs. 3.1 second lead now for Bodine over Barnes. And Todd's still sitting in third. He's not going to get it back out there. Kopp off the course as well. Jones did not start. Hicks did not start. And we're not even halfway there. 3:30 down, 4:30 left to go. Take a look at our sponsors here. Let's give a big shout out and thank you to all of our sponsors. Awesomatics USA. Thank you to Awesomatics. They're our title sponsor. Hobby Wing. RC America. One Up Racing. Motive and Gravity. Ride USA. Jazz Ace. Alera 3D. Protoform, Gonzo Paintworks, Ulti Tires, Exact RC, Square RC, and Axon. Think of those names the next time you guys go shopping for your hobby goods. They supported this race. Thank you very much to all the sponsors for the inaugural West Coast Indoor Championships. We're up here at the Limo facility in Redwood City. Beautiful track out here. And they set up the track on a temporary basis. What do you guys, club race once a month usually? Twice a month. So twice a month club racing up here. Thank you to Limo for hosting and having a place for us RC enthusiasts to race. What a great place, guys. Head on over and pick up some bagels and some breakfast sandwiches over there at the front counter. We also got raffle tickets for sale over there, guys. $1 a ticket. or 7 tickets for $5. We got a bunch of great raffle prizes over here. Maybe somebody will win the 12 scale. You could join this division. We do have a 12 scale X-ray in the raffle, guys. Lots of great prizes. Take a look right next to Tech at the raffle prizes, and then head over and see the guys at the front counter. Pick up some raffle tickets. Bodine, Barnes, and Mason, our top 3. 2:30 left to go, guys. Our race leader on a 38-lap voyage. Scott Barnes in the second spot on a 37-lap run. Mason off the track with 4 laps, and Kopp off the track with 4 laps. So 10 will make the main, and 3 will be in the Bs. We do have plaques for the B main events, guys. So they do have hardware for the B main events as well. So that is good news. We'll go down to some C main events in some classes. But we do have awards for the B mains. Bodine and Barnes battling it out here. Not really. 12.8 the gap. So full lap for Bodine over Barnes here. And there's our race leader down the backstretch. 12.5 the last time by. Working on lap number 30. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. Brian Bodine. We'll leave the light on for you. Oh, that's Bob Bodine. Sorry. 1 minute and 25 seconds left to go. Got 125 left here in race number 5. Race number 6 should be through Tech. Let's go ahead and start reminding race number 7. You guys will be heading to Tech next. We only had 6 drivers scheduled for this race, so we should have just enough to manage our marshals out there. 1 minute left to go in this one. Bodine 12.6.
1 minute left.
The center of the course. Scott Barnes in the second spot, trailing by 15.6. Here's Barnes in front of the driver's now. And then, Todd, I got to respect the racer etiquette. I mean, Todd's been standing up there, guys, for about 6 minutes, just holding still there. The proper race etiquette by Todd Mason, holding his position on the driver's stand. He broke out early. 25 seconds left to go. All right, we're winding things down here. 15 seconds left to go. Second through the middle, first through the middle. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Keep going. 13.5, 12 scale. Keep going, guys. Brian Bodine, you're done. I'm waiting for Barnes. 1 more to finish. Blue and orange to finish. And Scott, you're done. That's a race. Okay, guys, let's take a look at those race results real quick. Brian Bodine taking the win. Scott Barnes second. Todd Mason walk-off third. Okay, if anybody needs a lipo sack, guys, if anybody needs a lipo sack for storing your batteries overnight here, guys, we do have a couple lipo sacks that we can provide for you. So if you don't have a lipo sack, we do have lipo sacks right over here at the announcer's tower. So if you need a lipo sack and you don't have one, those are the guys. We got 14 lipo sacks. Let's make sure that all of our batteries are in lipo sacks this evening if you're leaving your batteries here at the facility. All right, guys, this is race number 6 right here. Let's see if anybody
Steve
can beat
Zaruda.
Brian Bodine, 38 at an 8:02. Let's take a couple warm-up laps here.
Alan Lunghai. Jared Thulin. One minute to the start of the race. Stuart Mason. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Kenneth Jones. Rob Thulin. 30 seconds to the start of the race. E.J. Evans. 15 seconds to the start of the race.
Okay, let's get Stuart across the line one more time. Stuart, let me just make sure I assign the right transponder to you.
Less than 5.
Stuart, can you cross the start-finish line for us? All right. Let's get the rest of our corner marshals out there, guys. I need one more marshal out to the track, guys. Make sure we got all of our corner marshals out there. I need one down on the right-hand side over there. You got it covered. Could you shift over a little bit? Like maybe split the difference of the Gents Ace banner? Thanks. All right, yeah, you don't want to do that. All right, we are ready to go here, guys. Steve, I'll call you first. That's going to be Chasruda starting first. Rob Thulin, you'll start second. Jared Thulin, you'll start third. Alan Lungy, you'll start fourth. Kenneth Jones, fifth. Stuart Mason, sixth. And E.J. Evans, seventh. What do we need, the curved scissors again? You're not supposed to run with scissors, and you're not supposed to run on the track, period. All right? I know, you're going for Helper of the Year. That's great. He is the man. You can delete him off the internet at least, okay? All right. Let's get this one going, guys. It's race number 6. Corner marshals are ready, and our drivers are ready. Wait for your name. Chasruda, Rob Thulin, Jared Thulin, Lungy, Jones, Mason, Evans. All cars go. Second group of 13.5. You're looking at your competition from those turn marshal coats. Race number 7, you guys should be heading through tech. Stuart Mason out in front, 11.7. This guy's just as fast with his 13.5 as his modified, almost. I believe Stuart got down to a 10.4 in mod. Mason coming across the start finish line. Oh, man, and the white car goes upside down. Watch it on the left-hand side. Caution on the left-hand side. And we're clear. The white car with a bobble took Mason with him. Mason's still going to be out in front. But, yeah, Mason's still out in front by 7.6. Watch it over here on the left-hand side. Over here, guys, by me at the announcer's tower. Over here on the left-hand side. Watch it over here on the left-hand side, and we're clear. All right, 130 in, 630 left to go, guy. 130 in, 630 left to go. Stuart Mason, Jared Thulin, and it looks like Alan Lungy now up into the 2 spots. If you crash out here, it's like waiting for a tow truck. We had to instruct the racers not to run on the track, so keep that in mind, guys. Do not run on the track and do not stop abruptly. You will shift the carpet. All right, 2 minutes in and 6 minutes left to go. We got a long voyage ahead of us here. 38 and an 8:07 the pace here for the blue car of Mason. Down the backstretch. 11.9 the last time by. Lungy in the second spot, trailing by 17.9. Rob Thulin in third, 2.4 behind Allen. Allen just hit his hot lap, 13.5. Hot lap of the race, Stuart Mason still with that 11.7. So the blue car, there's clean air out in front for our race leader down the backstretch. Stewart back in through the center of the course. Across the start finish line, Stewart 11.9. Alan Lungy in the second spot, 13.8. Jared Thulin in third, 14.3. I mean, it's almost like we got to give him a stop and go. Our race leader's just so much faster than everybody else. Jeez. You're going to have to drive with your radio behind your back next round. Uh-oh. Like the slot car guys that cover their trigger finger. We don't want you to see what's going on. 3:15 ends and 4:45 left to go here in an 8-minute qualifier. Stuart Mason crushing the competition. He's 27.5 seconds out in front of second place. Todd, the proud father. Yeah. I taught him everything he knows, Notch. Lungy in the second spot. Jared Thulin in third. Rob Thulin in fourth. And Kenneth Jones to round out the top five. Whoa. Big crash there in the middle. And we're clear. Yep. Gotta gamble. Stewart through the middle. I mean, when you got a 30-second lead, you still gotta just pin it. Coming across the start finish line, 39 lap pace now. Stewart 12.1. Oh, watch it coming onto the straight. Watch to the center. Caution to the center. Caution to the center. And we're clear. .430 down, 3:30 left, guys. 4:30 down, 3:30 left. Stuart Mason out in front by 37.8 seconds over Lungy. Lungy, 6 seconds out in front of Jared Thulin. Thulin, 18.9 seconds out in front of Rob. Rob, 41 seconds out in front of Kenneth. And Kenneth, 27 seconds out in front of Steve. Steve is 27 seconds out in front of EJ. .12.1 for Stewart, 14.2 for Allen, and a 13.8 for Jared. We got 3 minutes left to go here, guys. Getting ready for race number 7. That's going to be our touring car 25.5. Race 7 is already processing through tech. Two minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Got 2:30 left on the timer. .46 second lead. The battle's going to be for second. Alan Lungy and Jared Thulin separated by a half a second the last time by. And they're paired up on the course. In through the middle and coming across the start-finish line now. Allen trying to keep up with Jared. They're trailing by 1.1. Jared Thulin in that 2 spot. Allen in third. Rob in fourth. Stewart still out in front by a long shot. Steve rounding out our top 5. 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go. Trouble for EJ over here, and we're clear. 1:30 left, guys. 1:30 left. EJ's got his own pit crew out there. Tweak it some more. Bend it good. Bend it real good. Oh, yeah. Well, we're not going to have you running with the scissors again. 1 minute left to go. Yeah, it's not safe to marshal with scissors. I think it's a Aurora rule. It should be. 1 minute left.
1 minute
to go.
left.
7 down, 1 to go. Stuart Mason out in front by 57 seconds over Jared Thulin with Lungy in the third spot. 3.9 behind him. Thulin in fourth. It looks like Steve still rounded out the top 5. EJ in sixth. Kenneth Jones off the course early here. 40 seconds left to go. Oof, big crash for the Pepto Pink. This guy's running 8 minutes long on a 4.2 volt battery pack. You wouldn't even be able to tell by the speed of these things. Light and agile 12 scales out there rocking the course here at our second group of 13.5. It's a new TQ run for Stuart Mason in that blue car over on the right hand side. Now back in through the middle. Stewart, one of our track crew here, coming across the start finish line, 12.8. Keep going, keep going. Keep driving, guys, keep driving. We got Stewart going on a victory lap. He's going to be the only one to go 39. Stewart to finish up. And that's race. Everybody is done. 39 and an 8:12, beating second place by 6 laps. Boom shakalaka. All right, Stuart Mason, you're done with the win. Jared Thulin, you're done with second. Alan Lungy, you are done with third. Rob Thulin, fourth, and EJ Evans to round out the top 5. Let's get all 7 of you guys back out there to corner marshal. This is race number 7. Guys, we need all 7 marshals out there. We got a full group of 25 5TCs.
John Balatico, Brad West, Jamie Manzanilla, Jason Mack, John Hicks, John Cottillo, Patrick Silvero, Brett Ong.
All right, guys, let's get the rest of our marshals out there to these pink soccer dots. Hey, Rob, would you mind helping me in the middle over here? Thanks, sir.
1 minute to the start of the race. Mike Carino.
No check from Gonzo. Actually, right here where this car's parked. Yep. Thank you. What's up? Okay.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Gonzo still to check in. I need a marshal over here by me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. We need you right over here.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Yeah, I'm not getting a signal from Gonzo's car. Can we take a look at the plug real quick? Is the
15 seconds to the start of the race.
It's in the very front. Hand it
Less
over
than
to
5.
Rick, IT Rick, give us a final assessment. Is he going to get some laps or not? All right, here's our starting order. Balatigo, you'll be called first. Brett Ong, I'll call you second. John Hicks, I'll call you third. Jason Mack, I'll call you fourth. John Cadillo, fifth. Patrick Silvero, you'll start sixth. Brad West, seventh. Jaime, I'll call you eighth. Gonzo, ninth. And Carino, 10th. Wait for your name. No, it didn't go through. John Balatico. Brett Ong. Hicks. Mack. Cadillo. Silvero. West. Manzanilla. Gonzo. And Carino. That's right. Manzanilla out in front, Mack in second, Cadillo, Balatico, and West round out the top 5. Manzanilla 16, flat. Balatico 15, 8, Cadillo 15, 8. Trouble on the right hand side, and we're clear. .115 in, 3:45 left to go. Again, 1:15 in, 3:45 left to go. Manzanilla down the backstretch, 15.4. John Cadillo in the second spot, followed by John Hicks in third. Watching the middle. Jason in the fourth spot. That's McDigg, and followed by Balatico to round out the top 5. Keep going, buddy. We figured it out. Yeah.
Transponder 7220909.
Well, luckily we're using Lifetime, the best
John
scoring
Gonzalez.
software out there, so it's captured every lap. Gonzo's getting his laps in there. Gonzo's rounding out the top 5. So his transponder was working. He was using Hicks's across the start-finish line. There's Gonzo in the 4th spot now, 15.8. Yeah, we don't want his morning being any more rough than it already has been. Manzanillo, Cadillo, and Balatico, our top 3, followed by Gonzo and McDaig to round out the top 5. Silvero, Carino, West, Ong. Our complete running order. Race number 8, you should be through tech. Race number 9, start thinking about it. Manzanillo on a 20 and a 5:14 pace. Hot lap of the race, 15.2. Oh, no. Broke. He's calling it. The marshal says, we got your tire over here. And he's off the course. Big time body tuck. Sounding like a party kazoo over there for Cadillo. And we're clear. Forget about it. Cadillo dropping out of the top spot. Balatico back out in front. Cadillo in second, and Jason McDaig now rounding out the top 3. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Balatico, Cadillo, and Mac are top 3, followed by Silvero and Carino.
1 minute
round out
left.
The top 5. We got 1 minute left to go for John Balatico on a 19 and a 5:04. Cadillo in the second spot, trailing by 2.9 seconds with Jason Mack in third, 2.8 behind him. Silvero and Carino to round out the top 5.
Oh, okay.
30 seconds left to go. Got 30 seconds. John Balatico and Cadillo separated by 2.4 the last time by. Our top 5 drivers all on 19 lap runs. Balatico, 19 and a 5:05. Cadillo, 19 and a 5:08. And Mack in the third spot on a 19 and a 5:11. Silvero also on a 19 and a 5:11. So we got a 3-way battle for third right here at the end. Jason Mack versus Silvero and Carino. So let's see who finishes out strong in that 3 spot. Here comes Silvero, 16.2. Mack, 16.4. Carino, 16.1. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, so these are the seats, right? It's going to be many. So that's the last sheet. I'll show you the base count down here. I think there's 5 more coming out. 2 more to finish up. And that's a race. Everybody is done. John Balatico taking the win. John Cadillo second. Jason Mack holding on to third. Bring him in, shut him down, guys. John Balatico, 19 and a 5:05 to establish the TQ early in this one. John Cadillo, 19.509. Mack, 19.511. Silvero, 19.512. Carino, 19.513. Good finish there. Let's get you guys back out there to corner marshal. We got race number 8 coming up right
Eric
here.
Falk. Yoshimitsu Funabashi.
Hustle back out to corner march, guys. You can use that post-race table. Throw your
Larry
car up
Nazarino.
on the table, head on
Jason
out, marshal.
Mavrakis. Nelson Cortez. Jose 9. Ronnie Rones. George Cowrie,
No check from
Jurgen
Jurgen. There he
Cheese-Tenny.
is. All right, everybody's checked in. All right, let's get the rest of our corner marshals out there. Need a marshal in the middle, need a marshal in every corner, side.
1
Let's get
minute
it
to the
all
start of the
covered there.
race.
Stand right next to your soccer dots. Need a guy out in the middle. Starting order is going to be Nelson Cortez. I'll call you first. Larry, I'll call you second. Yoshimitsu,
45
I'll call
seconds
you
to the start of the
third.
race.
Eric, I'll call you fourth. Jason, I'll call you fifth. George, I'll call you sixth. Jose, you'll start seventh. Ronnie will start eighth. And Jurgen, I'll call you ninth.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Quarter marshals, please stand right at your soccer dots over here. Do I have a marshal over on the right-hand side? Thanks. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put you in the corner there. Thank you. All right, corner marshals are ready.
15
Drivers are
seconds
ready.
to the start
Wait
of the
for your
race.
name. Nelson, Larry, Yoshimitsu, Eric, Jason, George, Jose, Ronnie, Jurgen. All cars go. And we're off and running. Start finish line. Watching the start finish line. Caution to the start finish line. And we're clear. Nelson, Jason, and Larry are early front three. Jason dropping back to the fifth spot. He has the hot lap of the race at a 15.3. Now Nelson picking up a 15.3. Larry picking up the hot lap of the race at a 15.1. Work together out there, guys. You're going to have 10 in the AAA main events. $125 in, 335 left to go.
What's up, buddy? You said I had to skip it up or something?
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Well, 'cause I was reading coming down here.
What's your name? Valentico?
No, his name is Hyman.
Oh, Jaime Manzanilla? Oh. You have a miss? Oh, you have a miss lap. Okay. Yeah, so then your result would be, if you had a miss lap, then it would be a 20 and a 5:15.
That's what I said. I thought I was reading. Because I passed my day. And my guy is like, no, nobody passed me.
We'll fix it.
Sorry, dude.
2:15 in, 2:45 left to go. 2:15 in, 2:45 left to go. We did have a miss lap from Jaime Manzanilla, so our official finishing order for the last race was Manzanilla with a 20 and a 5:15. Valentico second with a 19 and a 5:05, and Cadillo third with a 19 and a 5:09. We'll be editing that. Right now we got Nelson Cortez out in front on a 20 and a 5:13. This is a new TQ run by 2.5 seconds right now for Nelson Cortez. Yoshimitsu in the second spot. Larry in third. Our second group of TC 25-5. 3 down and 2 to go. Nazarito moving in the third spot there. Falcon fourth, and Ix to round out the top 5. Mavrakis, Rollins, Corey, and Shistani. Cortez 15.3 the last time by. And Cortez with a 22.5. It's going to be Yoshimitsu out in front now. All right, 3:30 in and 1:30 left to go. 3:30 in and 1:30 left to go. Marshall, help him out. The backside of the track there on back straightaway. Watching on the back straightaway, go low. Caution on the back straightaway, go low. And we're clear.
1 minute left.
All right, race number 8 on the track right here with 45 seconds left to go. Larry out in front by 3.5 over Eric. And Eric 2/10 out in front of Nelson. It's a 19 and a 5:02. Our TQ is Jaime Manzanillo with a 20 and a 5:15. All right, guys, we got 25 seconds left to go. We got 25 seconds left. Three-way battle for the second spot. Cortez, Ix, and Falk. Right now, Ix in the second spot, 3/10 out in front of Cortez. Cortez 2.1 out in front of Eric. And Jason Mavrakis moving up into fourth. Now Eric Falk down to fifth. Time has expired on the master timer. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Watch it in front of the driver's stand of the chicane, guys. Caution in front of the driver's stand of the chicane. Clear. Waiting on Jurgen. And that's a race. Everybody is done. Larry Nazareno going to take the win. Nelson Cortez second. Jose Iggs third. Jaime Manzilla will, I'll work on it. Jaime Manzanilla will be our top qualifier, 20 and a 5:15. Jason, you got fourth in that one. Eric Falk fifth. Ronnie, you got sixth, followed by Yoshimitsu, George, and Jurgen. All right, guys, race number 9 is coming up right here, 12 scale 17.5.
Scott Barnes, Rick Yoder, Jim Yam, Brian Bodine, James Nelson, Todd Mason, Tim Kopp, Brandon Moody. One minute to the start of the race. Ryan Vernali.
Yes, please. Thanks, Jason. Right there is perfect.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys, we are ready to go with race number 8 right here. Take one more lap if you need them. Let's go ahead and bring them to staging. Slow on the back straightaway, please. Let's go ahead and bring them to staging. Jim Yam, I'm going to call you
30
first.
seconds
Brian
to the start of the
Bodine,
race.
You'll start second. Rick Yoder, you'll start third. Let's get those three near the front. James Nelson, I'll call you fourth. Ryan Vernali, I'll call you fifth. Todd Mason, I'll call you sixth.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
I'll call you seventh. Brandon Moody, I'll call you eighth. And Scott Barnes will call you ninth. This is race number 9. Corner marshals, please pay attention. Good luck, drivers.
Less than 5.
Jim Yam, Brian Bodine, Rick Yoder, James Nelson, Ryan Vernali, Todd Mason, Tim Kopp, Brandon Moody, and Scott Barnes. All cars go. All right, race number 9 off and running. Race number 10, you guys should be in tech. Todd Mason out in front. Early in this one, Scott Barnes in second, Bodine in third. Wow, up onto the other guy's pit table. I usually only see that in off-road. All right, Barnes out in front, Mason in second. Actually, we did see that in Bakersfield. So at finish line, there was a car that also made it onto the pit area table. That was crazy. Brad? Good. Yeah, right. Mason, Bodine, and Kopp are top three, followed by Nelson and Yoder to round out the top five. Vernali, Moody, Barnes, and Yam, a full group in this one. 9 cars out there. They're all going to make the big show. Todd Mason out in front. So Mason, after 2 walk-off thirds here, on the point. Let's see if he can maintain it. Blue and pink charging through. Brian Bodine in the second spot. Brian in the white and orange down the back stretch. Tim Kopp in third. Kopp across the start finish line, white, yellow, and blue. And there's Tim off the end of the straightaway. 17.5, 12 scale, pretty good flow to this race right here. 2:30 in, 5:30 left to go, guys. Race number 10 F1 should be in tech. Race number 10 F1, you guys should be in tech. Race number 11, start thinking about it. I mean, it's always fun. If these guys have fun, you race? Oh, cool. What week? Oh, okay. Right on, yeah, man. Make sure it passes tech, okay? 21.5 TC. All right, good luck. Mason out in front by 2/10 over Bodine. We got a lead battle going on here on a 37-lap voyage. 8:06 to an 8:07 pace. So Mason's got company. And that's going to be the white and orange of Brian Bodine. He over on the right-hand side now through the center of the course. Our second place driver across the start finish line, 13.2, backed up with 13.2. And then Tim Kopp in the third position still. Kopp in front, in through the center of the course, in front of the driver's stand now. It looks like he might be paired up with one of our race leaders there. Yep, second and third paired up on the course. Oh, that's the other white and orange. Bodine taking over the lead now. Todd Mason second, Tim Kopp third. Bodine with the advantage by 3/10. Watch in the middle. And we're clear. So Brian Bodine and Todd Mason separated by a half a second right here. Both on 37-lap runs. Our third place driver, Tim, down the back straightaway. He's on a 36-lap run. Barnes in fourth and Nelson to round out the top 5. Followed by Yoder, Yam, Vernali, and Moody. Still got 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Mason now trailing by 1 second. Watch on the right-hand side. Guys coming off the straightaway, we're clear. Three minutes left here. Bodine and Mason separated by 1.1. Kopp trailing the race lead battle by 7.7. Scott Barnes in fourth and James Nelson to round out the top 5, followed by Yoder, Yam, Vernali, and Moody. .530 down and 2:30 left to go. Got 5:30 down, 2:30 left. Brian Bodine out in front by 7/10 over Todd Mason with Tim Kopp in the third spot, 9 seconds behind him. Scott and James to round out the top 5 here. And the lead battle continues. 5:45 in, and they're only 8/10 off of each other. Trouble for the orange and blue. We're clear. A little bit of a rough lap there for Scott Barnes. Bodine out in front by 1 second over Todd. So the orange and white through the middle, our race leader. Todd in through the middle of the course now as well in the blue and pink. Todd getting some relief from Rick Yoder. Thanks, Rick. Watch it in the section over on the right-hand side. Guys, right-hand section of the coat hangers. Oh, man, that looked like second place. And we're clear. All right, so Mason going to fall back with a 20.6. And now body tuck sounds like kind of ace of spades in the spokes. 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go. Two of clubs. Todd Mason in the second spot. Tim Kopp in third. James Nelson in fourth. And Scott Barnes to
1
round
minute
out
left.
the top five. Followed by Yam, Yoder, Vernali, and Moody. Less than a minute left in this one. And our race leader, Brian Bodine, in the orange and white. Coming in through the center of the course. Todd having a rough ending to this one. Todd still, no, it looks like Todd might drop out of second right here. Yep, Tim Kopp picking up second. So Kopp, our new second place driver, the white, yellow, and blue. Mason has dropped to third. Nelson in fourth, trailing Mason by 7.9 seconds. 16 seconds left on the master timer. It's a 12.5-second lead here for Brian Bodine. Almost a lap on second place. Bodine in through the middle. Keep going, guys. Oh, man, that car doubling the chicane. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Race leader coming up on that tangerine. Got a couple more to finish up. Waiting on Tim Kopp. Here comes Tim. And that's the race. Everybody's done. Brian Bodine going to take the win. Tim Kopp second. Todd Mason third. James Nelson fourth. Scott Barnes rounding out the top five. Followed by Yam, Yoder, Vernali, and Moody. Race is over, guys. Bring them in, shut them down. Use that table over there. We got the post-race table. You put your cars up on the table, hustle out to quarter marshals. This is race number 10, F1.
Dominic Garza, Rick Kemi, Dan Devi, Bruce Lewis, Ian Douglas, Dean Coombs, Mike Carino, Michael Evert, Nelson Cortez, "1 minute to the start of the race. George Cowrie,
Slow on the straightaway, guys. Slow on the back straightaway. Let's bring them over to the staging area. Michael Evert. Michael, I'll call you
45
first.
seconds to the start of the race.
Dean Combs, I'll call you second. Ian Douglas, you'll start third. Dominic Garza, I'll call you fourth. Mike Carino, I'll call you fifth. Rick Cammy, you'll start sixth. Bruce Lewis, I'll call you seventh.
30
Nelson
seconds to the start of the
Cortez, I'll
race.
call you eighth. Dan Devi, you'll start ninth. And George, you'll start 10th. This is F1, guys. Corner marshals are ready. And the drivers are ready. Wait for your name. Michael, Dean, Ian, Dominic, Mike, Rick, Bruce, Nelson, Dan, and George. F1 off and rolling. Everybody going to make the big show in this one. A perfect 10 up on the driver's stand. Let's see who got what it takes. Right now it's Garza out in front, 15.2. Debbie in the second spot. Watch it on the back straightaway. Caution on the back straightaway. And we're clear. All right, Garza out in front. Debbie in second. Cortez in third. Followed by now Douglas, Lewis, Debbie, all in a three-way battle for the 2 spot. Garza out in front by 2.8. Starting to peel away for these guys already. Dominic Garza, 2.8 seconds out in front of Ian Douglas with Dan Tevy in the third spot, followed by Bruce Lewis and Rick Cammey to round out the top 5. Everett, Cortez, Carino, Combs, and it looks like Corey to round out the top 10. Hot lap of the race belongs to Dan Tevy to 14.7. He's sitting in third right now. Now up into the second spot, trailing the race leader by 1.0. Debbie coming for the top spot now, 15.1. Ian Douglas in second, Dominic Garza in third. We're streaming live on YouTube, guys. We got our live feed for the inaugural West Coast Indoor Championships. Thanks to our viewers online for checking us out. We'll hope to see you at the second annual next year. We've got the full live stream going here with our sponsors and race results available on Live RC. Come and check it out in person. We're down here at the Limo facility in Redwood City. We got main events tomorrow. We're going to do triple main events tomorrow for all classes, guys. We're going to do it for all classes. Let's fit it all in there. 2:30 in, 2:30 left to go. Got 2:30 in, 2:30 left. We will start the main events tomorrow at 9 a.m. Guys, I'll have the main events set up tonight after qualifying. Watch it over on the right-hand side. Your rocket round qualifying. You got 3 chances to get one good one in. And the top 10 make the show. No bump-ups. You either make it or you don't. We will have some triple A main events, and we're going to fit in some multiple lower main events for you guys as well. Douglas out in front, Debbie in second, Combs in third, followed by Cammie and Garza to round out the top 5. Watch it in front of the driver's stand. And we're clear. All right, so our battle is for the top spot. Douglas and Debbie separated by 1.8. Dean Combs in the third spot. Rick Cammie in fourth, and Bruce Lewis to round out the top 5. Ian Douglas coming back in through the center of the course. And across the start-finish line. Ian got those white, yellow, and pink bright colors. He had the most questions at the driver's meeting, so an inquisitive leader. In front of the driver's stand here and across the start-finish line. Ian Douglas dropping down to the second spot. Dan Debbie out in front. Now Douglas in second. Combs in third. We got some tight racing here.
1 minute left.
Not all battles are up in front, though. Bruce Lewis, Michael Everett, Garza, and Carino in a 4-way battle for 5th. And right now it's Everett rounding out that top 5. Lewis in 6th. Garza in 7th. Carino in 8th. That's going to be separated by, looks like about 1.9 as a total between those 4 drivers. 30 seconds left to go. Everett just hitting his hot lap, 16.5. The hot lap of the race is a 14.7 established early by Debbie. And Debbie is only a half a second out in front of Ian Douglas. Douglas across the line, 18.4. That's not going to help the effort. Debbie across the line, 15.8. Still our race leader, Dan, down the back straightaway. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Debbie down the back stretch again, 15.3 the last time by. Douglas in the second spot, 15.8. Combs in third, 18.6. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Watch it over by the line. And we're clear. Got a couple more to finish up. 4 more to finish. 3 more to finish. 2 more to finish, guys. Waiting on George. Last one to finish is George, guys. And that's the race. Everybody is done. Bring him in and shut him down. Dan Devi going to hold on to the win. Ian Douglas second. Dean Combs, you got third. Rick Campy fourth. And Dom Garza rounding out the top five. Lewis, Everett, Carino, Cortez, and Corey are complete finishing order. Bring them in and shut them down, guys. Bring them in and shut them down. Let's get race number 10 out to quarter marshal. This is race 11. Race number 12, start heading to Tech.
Thao Tran, Anthony Silva, Brad West, Narb Varshakian, Josh Hayden, Devin Picton, One minute to the start of the race.
1 minute to the start of the race, guys. It looks like we're just about ready to get things going.
"45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys, let's get this one going here.
Ronnie Savali. 30 seconds to the start of the race.
Yoshimitsu, can I, let me get Yoshimitsu across the start-finish line again. Okay, thanks.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right,
Yoshimitsu Funabashi.
Let's go ahead and bring him to the staging area here. Josh Hayden, I'll call you first. Brad West, I'll call you second. Anthony Silva, I'll call you third. Narbi,
Less than
I'll call you
5.
fourth. Yoshimitsu, you'll start fifth. Rain, will start sixth. I think that's Ravi. I'll have to edit your name. Thou, seventh, and Devin, eighth. Wait for your name. Josh, Brad, Anthony, Narbi, Yoshimitsu, Ronnie, Ravi, Thou, and Devin. All cars go. All right, so maybe I couldn't read the handwriting. We are off and running, guys. Have a good run right here. It is 21.5 stock TC, our first of 3 heats. This was our biggest class this weekend. Pretty smooth start here for race number 11. Race number 12 in Tech. Race 13, start thinking about it. Uh-oh, trouble in the middle. Body tucked, and it looks like it's untucked now. Huh? Okay, Picton was our race leader. It looks like Silva out in front now. Picton with a 28.1. Savali in the second spot. Vakar Sharkin in third. Tran and West. So Anthony Silva down the backstretch. Watch in the middle, caution in the middle, we're clear. Body tuck, he's calling for it. Always best to pull it to a corner. Mark's going to untuck it, and he's back in action. Nope, still there. Body tuck on that pass, driver's side rear. Driver's side rear. No, it's good. It's always something else. Silva, Savali, and Vaghar Shakian got all of that one. That's body tucked on the driver's side rear. Silva out in front, 14.3. The blue one down the backstrip. Savali and Narbi to round out the top 5. Leaders paces of 21 and a 5:03. We're getting ready for race number 12, guys. Race 12, you guys should be headed through Tech. Race number 13, start thinking about Tech. halfway there. Anthony still out in front, coming back through the center of the course in the light blue. Silva saving himself there. Savali in the second spot, trailing by 4.3. Anthony 14.9 the last time by 21 and a 503. Savali on 21 and a 508. Narby in the third spot on 20 and a 506. Thou in fourth, and Brad to round out the top five. Watch it over here. We're clear. One minute and 20 seconds left to go, guys. Hot lap of the race, still Silva's 13.6. Anthony Silva down the backstretch, getting some love from the white and orange car. Savali in the second spot, 14.9. Watch in the middle, caution in the middle. Caution in the
1
middle.
minute left.
And we're clear. Vagarshakian in third, Tran in fourth, and West to round out the top five now, followed by Picton, Hayden. Watch it coming onto the straightaway over here on the left-hand side. Caution coming out of the straight, and we're clear. Yoshimitsu in the eighth spot, 35 seconds left to go. Anthony Silva, Savali, and Vagarshakian, our top three. Now Narb up into the two spot.
Transponder 6221824.
10 seconds left to go. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Anthony, Rain, and Narb are top three here. Keep going. Keep going. Silva down the backstretch, working on lap number 22 right now. So Anthony going to establish the early TQ here for 21.5 TC when he crosses the start-finish line. Two more to finish. Wait on Thao and Josh. And that's a race. Everybody is done. Bring them in and shut them down. Anthony Silva going to take the win. Boom shakalaka. 22 and a 5:13. Beating second place by 2 laps. Narb second, 20 and a 5:01.3. Savali third, 20 and a 5:01.7. Photo finish for the 2 spot. Thao fourth, Devin fifth, Brad, Josh, and Yoshimitsu to round out the top and the field. All right, guys, let's get
James
back out there
Joyner.
to Corner Marshal, race number 13. Head to tech.
Sal Alvarez. Dan Debbie. Brian Bodine. David Constant. Dean Coombs. Dewan Moore. Arthur Knight.
Get the rest of our corner marshals out there.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
Not going to make it? All right. Let's stage them up, guys. It's going to be Dan Debbie going first, Brian Bodine, and it'll be called second, Dean Combs. Third, Anson. Fourth, Arthur, I'll call you fifth. Sal, I'll call you sixth. David,
30
I'll call you
seconds to
seventh.
the start of the race.
Juwan Moore, I'll call you eighth. And James Joyner, I will call you ninth. Corner marshals, please pay attention. Good luck, drivers. Wait for your name. Dan, Brian, Dean, Anson, Arthur, Sal, David, Dewan, James, all cars go. Bodies tucked. All right, let's take a look here. Anthony Silva, our current top qualifier, 22 and a 513. Body tuck for the teal. He's pulling it over in the corner. Help that green one out, guys. He's got body tuck on the driver, on the passenger's rear. We're clear. Oh, man, one stuck in the trap in front of the driver's stand, and we're clear. Backside of the track, we're clear. Little rough around the edges here in race number 12, our second of three groups of 21.5 TC. Watching the start finish line clear. Arthur out in front, 13.5. Brian Bodine in second, 14 Flatten. James Joyner in third, 15.5. Followed by Dewan in fourth, 13.7. Devi rounding out the top five, 14.9. Arthur Knight out in front by 2.5 over James Joyner with Bodine in third, 13.1 for Joyner last time by. That's going to be the hot lap of the race. Leader's pace is a 22 and a 5:07.4. This is a new TQ run. Okay, watch it over here on the left-hand side. Guys, caution over on the left-hand side. We're clear. .215 down, 2:45 left to go, guys. Arthur Knight out in front by a half a second over James Joyner. We got a lead battle. Joyner taking over the top spot, 13.5. Arthur down to second, 13.8. Oh, man, Joyner in that top spot, trailing by 2/10 is Arthur Knight in the second spot. Arthur down off the end of the straightaway. Dewan Moore upgrades to third. Dewan across the start finish. Oh, man, and a big hit there. Nose to nose with the orange one and Dewan. Arthur showing a long lap, 14.1 is going to be Joyner back out in front. James down the back stretch. That green and white. Arthur in the two spot now, 14.1 back over 13.7. Arthur down the back stretch. And Dewan in the yellow and purple across the start finish line in third. All right, we got 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go, guys. 1:30 left. Joyner, Knight, and Moore, followed by Bodine and Devi to round out the top five here. Combs, De Leon, Alvarez. David Constant did not start. We'll see David in round two. We're going to have a resort after race number 19. Guys, we'll take a break. We'll do a resort. You'll be
1 minute left.
reestablished in different heat races for qualifying round number 2. And then you'll hold that same race order for the rest of qualifying. So we will have a resort after this qualifying round. After race number 19, we'll take a break. We'll do a little paperwork. Track will be open briefly for some testing, guys. The track will be open. Let's just call it a 20-minute break, guys. We're going to have a 20-minute break after race number 19 and get everything organized for the rest of our qualifying. So about a 20-minute break. We'll call it our lunch break as well, as we'll be right around 12 noon when we hit that point. Joyner, Knight, and Moore, our top three, followed by Bodine and Devi to round out the top five. 15 seconds left on the timer here. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Wrong side. And clear. 3 more to finish, 1 more to finish, and that's a race. Everybody is done. It's going to be James Joyner taking the win, 22 and a 504.8 for the new TQ. Arthur Knight second, 22 and a 507. Dwan Moore third, 21 and a 501. Brian Bodine fourth, and Dan Devy fifth. Followed by Dean Anson, Sal, and David. Bring them in, shut them down. Let's get you guys back out there to corner marshal race number 14, Porsche Cup.
Ronnie Rones, Ed White Cotton, Jose 9, Angel Fernan, Lex Tyler, Dominic Garza, John Cottillo, Anthony Bruno, Brandon Moody,
All right, guys, race number 12. Let's get the rest of you guys back out here to corner marshal.
1 minute to the start of the race.
We need a marshal over here by the announcer's booth. We got a pink. Make sure you're standing at a pink cone. We got a
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Right there talking. All right, let's bring him to the staging area, guys. We're going to go ahead and call Dominic Garza first. Brandon Moody will call you second. Ronnie Rhodes will call you third. Lex Tyler will call you fourth. John Cadillo will be called fifth.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Jose Ix, seventh. Angel Fernan, you'll start eighth. And Anthony Bruno, I will call you ninth. Quarter marshals, please pay attention. Good luck, drivers. Wait for your name. Dominic, Brandon, Ronnie, Lex, John, Edward, Jose, Angel, and Anthony. All cars go. Looks like Lex off the driver's stand early. It's Dominic Garza, Angel Fernan, and Jose Ix, our early top three. Garza, White Cotton, and Moody. So Ed starting to move up in the ranks here off the end of the straight. That's one to watch over there on the right-hand side. Back in through the center of the course. Edward across the start-finish line, taking over the top spot, 13.8. Dominic Garza in the 2 spot. Angel Fernan in the third. Bruno and Moody to round out the top 5. Final group of 21.5 stock out there on the course. And the time to beat at 22 and a 504. Right now we got White Cotton on a 22 and a 512. So James Joyner laying down a heater in that last one. And now Edward improving to a 510 pace. So White Cotton currently looks like about 5.2 seconds off of the TQ time. Garza in second, Fernan in third, Bruno and Moody to round out the top 5. John Cadillo in 6th. Ronnie Rones in 7th, followed by Jose Ix. Two minutes down, 3 minutes left to go, guys. White Cotton 13.5. Garza 14.5, Bruno 14.1. White Cotton 13.6. Garza 14.5. Bruno 14 flat. Fernan and Moody to round out the top 5. White Cotton on a 22 and a 506.4. So just 2.4 seconds shy of the TQ run now. White Cotton down off the end of the straightaway. White and blue Coming up off that bomb of the orange and white. White Cotton with clean air out in front of him across the start finish line. 13.7, backed up with a 14.2 in traffic. Bruno in the 2 spot, trailing by 6.4. And then we got Garza in third, followed by Angel and Brandon Moody to round out the top 5. Moody rounding out that top 5, 14.9 the last time by. That'll be the pink one over on the right-hand side.
Transponder 3305859.
Coming all the way from Washington to join us. 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go, guys. 1:20 left. Vernon in fourth, Moody in fifth, followed by Cadillo, Rhodes, Ix, and LT off the course on lap number 1. White Cotton out in front by 7.2 seconds over Bruno, 22 at a 5:08.9.
1 minute left.
The pace. So White Cotton still about 4 seconds, 4.1 seconds off of the TQ time set by James Joyner in the last group. Oh. Maybe they'll crash if I say nothing. Let's try that. The opposite of the announcer's curse. Porsche Cup coming up next, guys. Let's get those Porsches ready. Fire up those TTO.
Transponder 6320298.
10 seconds left to go. Edward off the end of the straightaway. Out in front by
Transponder 6320298.
The battle is for second. Anthony and Dominic separated by 8/10. Moody in fourth and Angel Fernan to round out the top 5. Keep going, guys. Only one is done, guys. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Transponder 5085416.
The hot lap of the race is going to come from the back of the pack. That's a race everybody is done. Boom shakalaka. Lex getting it back out there and throwing down a 12.8. We are done. Too bad this isn't NASCAR. All right, White Cotton taking the win. 22 at a 5:08. James Joyner going to remain our top qualifier. Anthony Bruno, you got second, 21 at a 5:06. Garza third, 21 at a 5:07. Moody fourth, Vernon fifth, Cadillo sixth, Rones, Ix, and Tyler. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get them squared away here.
Jurgen Cheese Tenny.
For Porsche Cup, guys, let's
Anson
get our
de Leon.
marshals out there for
Juan de Leon.
21.5.
Narb Varishikin. Winston Lee. Tino Valaki. Ian Douglas. Mike Carino. Brett Ong. Steve Tsuruda. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. John Hicks.
But you're going to race like the next round, right? Oh, yeah, no problem. Okay.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Okay, no check from Hussein Farr. Is he here? I don't know if he checked in yesterday. All right, well, we're going to get this one going. Corner marshals, let's get you out to those pink cones. Guys, let's
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Tino, I'll call you first. Mike Carino, I'll call you second. Steve To Saruda, I'll call you third. Saruda, I'll call you
Less
third.
than 5.
Brett Ong, I'll call you fourth. Anson De Leon, I'll call you fifth. Ian Douglas, you'll start sixth. Narby, you'll start seventh. Winston will start eighth. John Hicks will start ninth. And Jurgen will start 10th. We got one or two that dropped out of the race for this round. Guys, we're going to go with what we got. Corner marshals are ready. And our drivers, wait for your name. Tino, Mike, Steve, Brett, Hanson, Ian, Narby, Winston, John, Jurgen. All cars go. Porsche Cup, a couple missing the start here. It's all good. You're going to get 3 chances at qualifying, guys. Porsche Cup out on the course, guys, with that brushed motor, the Mabuchi, the Johnson. Box stock class here. You can change the tires. You can add a couple accessories. Easiest way to get into racing. We run Porsche Cup over at Cal Raceway, and we run Porsche Cup over at Score Raceway. TCS has started a Porsche Cup class this year, guys, so that's exciting. The Tamiya TCS series is going to have their own version of Porsche Cup. Everybody's rules are a little bit different. This one, I like these rules right here. You use the stock motor and speed control. So TBLE, or I believe the current speed controls, or the Hobby Wing 1060. Hobby Wing, one of our sponsors here at this event. Narb out in front. John Hicks in the second spot. Ian Douglas in third. Followed by Steve and Mike to round out the top 5. Bogarsakian out in front, 17 flat the last time by Hicks in the second spot, trailing by 8/10 in that fluorescent yellow and green. Bogarsakian down the back straightaway, our race leader, 17.5, Hicks with a 17.6. And our race leader in that white and orange, coming up on slower cars. Coming up on Mike. Trouble for the butterscotch over here, and we're clear. 230 down, 230 left, guys. Halfway there. GT12R coming up next, guys. Race number 15. You guys should be in tech. Watching on the back straightaway clear. Once again, guys, GT12R coming up next. Have them ready. Race number 15. Race leader across the start finish line. Clean air out in front. Scratch that. Hicks is our race leader now. Yellow and green down the back stretch. Saruda in third. Douglas in fourth. Carino rounding out the top 5. A little bobble there for second place. Winston in 6th, Tito in 7th, Jurgen and Brett to complete the running order here. Everybody will make the big show in Porsche Cup. Hicks out in front on an 18 and a 508, 16.9 the last time by. Hicks has the hot lap of the race, 16.5. $115 left to go. Got $115 left to go. Butterscotch on the wrong side of the pipe. And we're clear there. Oh, man. He
1 minute left.
The goalpost and into the goal. No parking. Can't park there, sir. 50 seconds left to go. Higgs, Bogarsakian, and Saruda, followed by Douglas and Carino to round out the top 5. The durability of these Tamiya cars is impressive. Oh, Butterscotch stuck in the bear trap. We're clear. That is Jurgen out there. Jurgen, one of our late entries Jurgen in the 9th position there, 34.5 the last time by. A lot of help there. Watch in the middle, and we're clear. Our race leader, John Hicks. Over on the right-hand side, fluorescent yellow, green, and blue. Across the start-finish line, 16.8 the last time by. 5 seconds left to go. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Keep driving, guys. Keep driving. Got a couple more to finish up. 3 more to finish. There's Hicks for the win, waiting on Jurgen. And that's a race. Bring him in and shut him down. John Hicks going to take the win. Boom shakalaka. 18 and a 509 for the TQ. Narda second. 17 and a 5 flat. Saruta third. 17 and 504.2. Douglas a close fourth. 17 and 504.6. Photo finish for third. Carino fifth. Lee Valashi. Shastani and Ong. Bring them in, shut them down, guys. We got lipo sacks over here, guys. If you need a lipo sack for your batteries, we got a couple lipo sacks that were donated to us. Make sure you guys use the lipo sack if you're leaving your batteries here overnight.
Thao Tran. Scott Barnes. Brian Bodine.
Race 16, head to 10, guys. Race 16, head
Michael
to 10.
Evert. Rick Yoder. Bruce Lewis. David Constant. Jake Alton. Dewan Moore. 1 minute to the start of the race.
Nelson Cortez, you're in the next one. Okay, he's just waiting over there. So once again, this is race 15.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Get the rest of our marshals out there. We need another marshal in the middle. Thanks. Is this supposed to be 6 minutes long? It's set for 6.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
John Hicks, is this a 6 GT12 is 6 or 8? It says 6? Okay. Got it. 6 and then 8.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Guys, so this is your starting order. Brian Bodine will call you first. Thao Tran will call you second. David Constant will call you third. Rick Yoder will call you fourth. Bruce Lewis, you'll start fifth.
Less than 5.
Jake Alton will start sixth. Dewan Moore, I'll call you seventh. Michael Everett will call you eighth. And Scott Barnes is going to start ninth. Corner marshals, please pay attention. Good luck to these drivers. Wait for your time. Brian, Thao, David, Rick, Bruce, Jake, Dewan, Michael, and Scott. All cars go. All right, we're off and running with race number 15. Barnes, Constant, Moore. 1:30 in and 4:30 left to go. Constant out in front, 14.9 the last time by Barnes in the second spot, trailing by 1.1, 14.8 for Scott. And Dewan with the 14.9 moving up into the 2 spot just for a moment there. And then Dewan dropping back. Going to be David Constant, Scott Barnes, and Brian Bodine, our top 3. Moore, Tran, Yoder, Alton, Everett, and Lewis to complete the running orders. David Constant still leading the way by just a half a second over Brian Bodine. Bodine holding 4/10 over Scott Barnes. Tight battle up in front. $2:30 down and $3:30 left to go, guys. $2:30 down and $3:30 left. Brian, our race leader, 14.7. Watch coming on the straight, left-hand side. Watch coming on the straight, clear. Bodine 3/10 out in front of Constant. Constant 9/10 out in front of Scott. It's going to be 1.2 between our top 3. Three down, 3 to go, guys. We're halfway there. 3 down, 3 to go. Brian, David, and Dewan, followed by Scott and Thao to round out the top 5. Rick, Jake, Michael, and Bruce. $3:30 down, $2:30 left, guys. $3:30 down, $2:30 left to go. Going to be a 1.1 second lead for Brian Bodine. Should be this orange one onto the backstretch. David Constant in the second spot down off the backside of the track. And now Dewan Moore battling out with Scott Barnes for 3rd. Dewan in 3rd, Scott in 4th, and Tran to round out the top 5. 4 minutes down and 2 minutes left to go. Leader space is a 25 and a 6:14. Unstuck, go, go, go. That was our race leader, so David Constant going to have a chance to catch up to Brian now. One minute and 30 seconds left to go, guys. 1:30 left. Brian, David, and Dewan, followed by Scott and Thao to round out the top 5. Race number 15 on the track. Race number 16 is coming up next, guys. Race 16, our second group of GT12R. Get them ready. Race number 17, start heading to Tech.
1 minute left.
Brian, David, and Dewan, our top 3 here. 24 and a 6:02, the pace for the orange car through the center of the course. Constant only 1.8 seconds off of our race leader now. 14.8 backed up with a 15 flat for our race leader. Constant 15.4 backed up with a 15.3 for seconds. And then Dewan and Scott Barnes still battling out for 3rd, separated by a half a second. 25 seconds left. Ten seconds. Battles everywhere right now. Barnes picking up the 3rd spot off Dewan. It's going to come down to the buzzer beater. Will it be Scott or will it be Dewan? We got Thao versus Rick for the 5th spot as well. And Jake versus Michael for 7th. So 3 battles going on here. Right to the wire. Keep going, keep going, keep going. We got 6 more to finish, 5 more to finish, 4 more to finish, 2 more, guys, 2 more. And here comes the battle for 3rd, and it's going to be Scott Barnes holding on to 3rd. That's a race Everybody is done. It's going to be Brian Bodine taking the win, 24 and a 6:01. David Constant second, 24 and a 6:05. Scott Barnes third, 24 and a 6:11. Dewan fourth and Thal fifth. Bring him in, shut him down. Rick, you got sixth. Jake seventh. Michael and Bruce to complete the running order. Hustle back out to corner marshal, guys. This is race number 16 coming up.
Nelson Cortez, Rick Kemi, Larry Nazarino, still in last. James Nelson, George Cowrie, Leo Zad, Patrick Silvero, John Hicks. 1 minute to the start of the race.
The rest of our corner marshals out into position, guys. Bodine, Constant, Barnes, Moore, Tran, Yoder, Alton, Everett, and Lewis. Let's get the rest of our corner marshals back out into position. We need some help
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Tower. Maybe. But we had 9 in the last race. We should have another marshal. Let's get the rest of our guys out here. GT12R drivers.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Make sure you're out there, guys. I don't want to dock you a lap for doing something like not marshaling. All right, Leo, I'll call you first. John, I'll call you second. Larry, I'll call you third. Patrick will start fourth. Still in last will start fifth.
15
Rick,
seconds to the start of the
sixth.
race.
James, you'll start seventh. George, you'll start 8th, and Nelson will start 9th. Bruce is going to help us over here. All right, we got all spots covered. Thank you.
Less than 5.
Corner marshals are ready, and our drivers are ready. Wait for your name. Leo, John, Larry, Patrick, still in last. Rick, James, George, and Nelson. All cars go. GT12R. Race number 16 on the track. Let's see if anybody can beat Brian Bodine's 24 to 6:01. Race number 17 should be in tech, guys. Front wheel drive. Everybody working on lap number 3 as they cross the line, working on 4. James Nelson, our early race leader. Nelson Cortez in second, trailing by 1.5. John Hicks in third, 8/10 behind Nelson. Leo in fourth, and Larry to round out the early top 5. Patrick in 6th, Rick in 7th, still in last in 8th, and George in the 9th spot. 130 in, 430 left. $25 and a 6:13 the pace. This is a new TQ run. James Nelson down that back straightaway, 15.3 the last time by. James in that orange car down the back straightaway. That's our race leader, Nelson Cortez, in the second spot. Oh, Nelson dropping down to third. It's going to be John Hicks up into second. Nelson in third. Leo in fourth. And Larry to round out the top 5. 2:15 down. 3:45 left to go, guys. 2:15 down. 3:45 left. Nelson 15.5 the last time by. Down the back straightaway. The orange car is your leader. On 24 to 602.1 outside of the TQ run by about 7/10. Hicks in the second spot, trailing by 3.0, and then Cortez just 1.3 off of John Hicks. We got a battle for second. There's John down the back stretch. Back in through the center. John nice and smooth in the white car in front of the driver's stand and across the start-finish line. Nelson Cortez in third, Leo in fourth, still in last to round out the top five, followed by Cami, Silvero, Nazareno, and Corey. Two minutes and 30 seconds left to go, guys. 2:30 left. Nelson 3.2 out in front of Hicks. Hicks 1.6 out in front of Cortez. So the pace kind of slowing down a little bit here for James Nelson. 6:04 the pace. We had a 6:01 turned in by Brian in the previous group. James 15.3 backed up with a 15.1. Hicks in the second spot, trailing by 4.1, 15.9 for John the last time by, backed up with a 16 flat. And now Nelson starting to close in. Nelson Cortez 15.7 last time by. Our third place driver across the start finish line in the fluorescent yellow. Nelson only trailing John by 2.3. Zod in fourth and still in last, rounding out the top five.
Transponder 317647.
First group of front wheel drive, race number 17 coming up next. Race number 18 start heading to Tech. We're nearing the end of the round. We'll take a 20-minute break after race number 19, guys. We'll take a 20-minute break after
1
race
minute
19.
left.
If you're going to run on the track, it'll be 5-minute sessions, no more than 10 on the track at a time. We'll do a resort, and we'll get ready for round number 2 of qualifying. We're going to go all the way through 3 rounds today, guys, and then same time frame tomorrow. We're going to open the doors at 7 a.m. Come here early if you want to hang out or run on the track. We'll close the track down at 8:45 tomorrow. We'll start the main events at 9 a.m. tomorrow. James Nelson out in front by 6.6 over John Hicks, with Cortez in the third spot trailing by 2.7. 15 flat for our race leader on a 24 and a 6:05. This is 4 seconds shy of the TQ run. Nelson off the end of the straightaway. Tangerine Orange paired up with second place Hicks now. So second and first across the start finish line. Keep going, keep going. Keep driving, keep driving. All right, guys, we got 2 more to finish. 1 more. Wait out, George. That's race. All right, everybody is done. James Nelson going to take the win, 24 and a 6:05. John Hicks second, 24 and a 6:14. Nelson Cortez third, 23 and a 6:01. Leo fourth and still in last, rounding out the top 5. Rick, you got 6. Patrick 7. Larry and George. All right, guys, bring them in and shut them down. Let's get you back out there to Corner Marshal. This is race number 17.
Alan Lunghai. Josh Hayden. Dominic Garza. Arthur Knight. Nick Pantana. Mike Carino.
All right,
1 minute
everybody
to the
is
start of
checked
the
in.
race.
Front-wheel drive race number 17. Let's get race number 16 back out here to Marsh, guys. Any of those pink soccer dots?
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Gonzo, you're actually in the next one. Yep. It's all
30
good.
seconds to the start of the race.
Guys, let's go ahead and start bringing them to the staging area. Slow on the back straightaway. Let's bring them down to the staging area here right in front of you. Dominic Garza, I'll call you first. Josh Hayden, I'll call you second. Mike Carino, you'll start
15
third.
seconds
Alan,
to the start
you'll
of the
start
race.
fourth. Nick Pantana will start fifth. And Arthur, you'll start sixth. Corner
Less than 5.
marshals are ready, and our drivers are ready. We got a marshal over here in this right corner. Is he a marshal? Oh, I see that guy filming for Gen's Ace, but we need a marshal right there. Hustle, hustle. Come on, marshal, in this corner. Let's go. All the way in the corner over here, if you don't mind. Thanks. All right, we're ready to go. Corner marshals are ready. Drivers are ready. What's your name? Dominic. Josh. Mike. Alan. Nick. Arthur. See if we could get a gentleman's agreement between these two heats. I don't know. There might be room enough for all of you guys in the main. I'll have to talk with the race promoter and organizer. We got 6 and 6. 2 heats of this one. All right. It's Nick Pantana out in front. Scratch that. Arthur coming in with a 14.7 front wheel drive fun class. Ooh, watch it on the right-hand side, and we're clear. Front-wheel drive, one of those kind of growing classes out here. See a lot of them racing. We get 2 heats down south of Fronty. Knight out in front, Pantana in second, Garza in third, followed by Lungi and Carino. It's almost like the front-wheel drive kind of took over the mini market. Speaking of market, these are our hatchback grocery getters out there with Arthur Knight out in front by 3.0 over Garza. Pantana in the third spot, 2/10 behind him. Our VTA top qualifier scrambling in the third spot. Nick out here representing for BWS Raceway. In front of the driver's stand, 130 in, 330 left to go. Pantana currently trailing Garza by 2/10 for the 2 spot. Watch it in the center. And clear. Race number 18, have them ready. Race 19, modified. Start headed to tech. Uh-oh, trouble for the Pepto Pink. And we're clear. Pantana up in the 2 spot. Lungi down to third. Okay, Arthur Knight out in front by 6.8. Pretty big lead here. Arthur in the white and orange across the start finish line, 14.3. Back in through the middle. Here is Arthur across the start finish line, 14.3. Ooh, big hit there for the pink car. Keep going. Garza in third, Lungi in fourth, Carino to round out the top 5, Hayden in sixth. So Josh down the backstretch in that pink car. He just started RC racing last season. This is actually his first big travel race. And there's Josh into the center of the course, coming from the San Diego racing scene, I believe. Back in through the middle and now down the back stretch. Arthur Knight out in front, the orange and white down the back straightaway now. That's our race leader out in front by 9.9 over Pantana. Pantana 6.2 out in front of Garza. Big gaps in the top 3. Lungi, Carino, and Hayden to complete the running order. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go, guys. Arthur, Nick, and Dominic, followed by Alan and Mike to round out the top 5. Josh in 6th. 1 minute left to go.
One minute left.
Oh, it's going to be Arthur out in front by 11.8. That's,
Transponder 3176147.
On second place, Pantana in the second spot, trending by that 11.9, and then Garza in third, 9.1 behind Nick. Lungi in fourth, 8 seconds behind Garza, and Carino in the fifth spot, 14.5 behind Lungi. 30 seconds left to go for Arthur in the orange. And White across the start-finish line, 14.4. The last time I come across there, 14.6. Arthur has the hot lap of the race at a 14.2. 21 and a 5:04 the pace here with just 15 seconds left on the timer. 14.7 for Knight. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Four more to finish. 2 more, 1 more. That's the race. Everybody is done. All right, it's going to be Arthur Knight taking the win, setting the early TQ, 21 and a 5:05. Nick Pantana second, 20 and a 5:04. Garza third, 20 and a 5:15. Lungi and Carino to round out the top 5, followed by Hayden in 6th. Bring them in, shut them down. Let's get you guys back out there to Quarter Marshal. We got race number 18 up on the track, race number 19 and 10.
Rick Kemi, Jamie Manzanilla, James Joyner, John Balatico, John Gonzalez.
Watch it on the back straightaway, caution, and we're clear. Let's get our corner marshals out there. We had 6 in the last race. We should have just enough to cover. Rob, let me get you across the start-finish line. I have no check from Rob. We need marshals out.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Marshals out there in the middle, drivers from the last race. Thanks, Nick.
Rob Thulin.
Everybody is checked in, guys. Let's go ahead and bring them to staging.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Josh, could you help over here? Somewhere over, actually over in the middle.
30
right
seconds
there.
to the
There's a
start of the
pink cone
race.
in the middle, thanks. Knight, could you, well, let's get one more over there. Knight, stay there. Let me get one more volunteer marshal. Anybody from the pit area? Yeah, I think we need one more by me. Anybody can help?
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, thanks. Devin's going to back us up as well. All right, Joyner, you're going to be going first. Rick Cammy second. Rob, you'll start third. Jaime
Less than
will start
5.
fourth. John, you'll start fifth. And Gonzo will start sixth. Wait for your name. James. Rick. Rob. Jaime. John. And Gonzo. All right, Gonzo breaking out that vintage sweater. That's kind of cool. Old Novak sweater up there. Joyner out in front early. Let's see if anybody can beat Arthur Knight's 21.505. Joyner 14.3 backed up with a 14.7. Manzanilla down to the third spot. Balatico up in his second. A lot of room, a lot of elbow room up on the driver's stand out on the track here for this one. 45 seconds in, Joyner out in front, 21 and a 5:07. The pace is 2 seconds shy, actually just 1.3 seconds shy of our current TQ. Baltico in the 2 spot. Rob Thulin in 3rd, followed by Rick Manzanilla and Gonzo to complete the running order here. Race number 19. We got our modified guys coming up next, and this will be the last race of the round. Race number 19. Be ready. So about 15 minutes into the break, guys, we will suggest that race number 1 be in tech. We'll give you guys a heads up as soon as we formulate the heat sheets for the second round. But if you are listed in race number 1, please keep in mind that you should be in tech 5 minutes before we get started. Joiner out in front, Balatico in 2nd, and it looks like Rick Cammy in 3rd. Rob Thulin in 4th, and Manzanillo rounding out the top 5. Gonzo in that 6th spot. It looks like the tan car needs to raise his body a little bit. Scrubbing on the corners there. Joiner out in front by 4.1 over John Balatico, with Rob Thulin in the 3rd spot, 2 seconds behind him. Cammy in 4th, and Manzanilla rounding out the top 5. It's a 20 and a 5 flat. Make it a 21 lap run now with that 14.2. So 8 seconds shy of the TQ run here for Joiner. Baltico in the 2nd spot, 5.7 behind Joiner. Long lap here for Joiner, 14.2, backed up with an 18.7. Well, that's not going to help the effort here. It looks like things are looking good here for Arthur Knight and his 5:05 run from the first group. 15.8 for Joiner, only out in front by 1 second over Balatico, with Cammy and Manzanilla battling it out for the 3rd spot. Now Manzanilla up into 3rd. Cammy down to 4th, and Thulin rounding out the top 5. Gonzo in the 6th position. Gonzo hitting his hot lap the last time by 15.5, backs it up with 17.1. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. Guys, 1:30 left. We'll need at least one volunteer turn marshal to get things going for our final qualifier of round number 1. We got the modified guys coming up next. Joiner out in front by 4.1 over Balatico. It's a 20 and a 5:03, so this is a full lap off of the TQ pace here with 1:15 left to go. 14.3 for Joiner. Balatico 14.9. Manzanillo 15.9. Cammy 15.1.
1 minute left.
Rick up into 3rd. Manzanillo down to 4th. And Tholen rounding out the top 5. Gonzo still maintaining 6th. 50 seconds. 5-0. Joiner 5.8 out in front of Balatico here. Not a whole lot changing out in front. We got even gaps in the top 3, about 5 seconds in between each. Only battle on the track is between Jaime and Rick, separated by 1.7. That's for the 3rd spot. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Keep going, keep going. Keep driving, guys, keep driving. Four more to finish. 3 more to finish. 2 more to finish. And that's the race. Everybody is done. It's going to be James Joiner taking the win, 21 and a 5:13. John Balatico 2nd, 20 and a 5:08. And Manzanilla 3rd, 20 and a 5:11.
that one might be 2 in itself, and then this other one is 32. What race number?
Jacob Cruz, Brandon Clements,
Race 8?
E.J. Evans,
16 lap.
Jordan Constant,
I'll fix it after this race.
All right, guys, we are getting ready to go here. Let's get some marshals out there. Yo.
Ed White Cotton.
What?
1 minute to the start of the race.
He was the guy in the corner the first day, yeah. What are you doing over there? All right, no check from Lex here. Let's get a check from Lex. Have you crossed the start finish line?
45 seconds to the start of the race. Lex
Guys,
Tyler,
we need marshals in the middle. Okay, Lex is checked in. We need marshals in the middle. Let's get all the drivers.
Stuart
from
Mason.
The last race, Gonzo, Tholen, Cami, Baltico, Joyner.
30
and
seconds
I'll
to
need
the
an
start of the
additional
race.
Volunteer. I have one guy that's been excused from marshaling, so thanks. We need help out in the middle, guys. So if I could get any volunteers, step out in the middle. These guys, believe it or not, they don't crash that often. Okay, cool. Thanks. We need a couple
15
helpers
seconds
out
to the
there,
start of
guys.
the
Let's
race.
Get some marshals out there in the middle. Come and help us out for our final race, guys. Stuart, I'll call you first. Lex Tyler, I'll call you second. E.J. Evans, I'll
Less
call
than
you
5.
third. Thank you, guys. Edward Whitecotton, I'll call you fourth. Brandon Clements will call you fifth. Jacob Cruz will call you sixth. And Jordan Constant will call you seventh. 7 cars ready to go. Corner marshals, please pay attention. Good luck to these drivers. We're going racing. At the sound of your name. Stuart, Lex, EJ, Ed, Brandon, Jacob, Jordan. All cars go. Modified, off and run. Thanks to our volunteer corner marshals. We're at the final race of round number 1, guys, right on schedule at 12 o'clock. Watch the start-finish line. Caution the start-finish line. Right over here by the start-finish line, and we're clear. So Jacob Cruz giving up the top spot. It's going to be Stuart Mason in the light blue out in front by 1/100th of a second. Cruz 12.1 in that 2 spot. And then we got Lex Tyler in third, 12.1 as well. Top 3 separated by 0.3 as a total. So they're all right there. Constant, Whitecotton, Clements, and E.J. Evans to complete the running order. Jacob Cruz, our race leader now, 11.8. That's going to be the hot lap of the race. Jacob. Clean air out in front of him across the start-finish line. The 10th grader down the back stretch. Uh-oh. Watch on the back straightaway, go low. Caution on the back straightaway, go low. Caution on the back straightaway, go low. And we're clear. Pull it, pull it. Bring him into the middle, he's saying. Bring him back into the middle. Thanks, Todd. And we're clear. All right, 1:15 in, 3:45 left to go. Stuart Mason, Jacob Cruz, and Jordan Constant making Brandon Clements up into third now. Clements paired up with Evans there on the track. They're separated by a couple tenths on the timer. They're separated by 2.7. Yeah, there is a lot of blue cars. Pick your favorite blue car there. Stuart Mason out in front, 11.8. Jacob Cruz, 12.1. Sometimes you just start to choose a blue car and they think that they're lap traffic and they just give you the spot. Stuart and Jacob separated by 9/10. Oh, big crash there. Holy smokes. Oh, man, getting fixed up in the corner. He's off the course. It's one of our blue cars. All right, so Stuart Mason out in front by 8/10 over Jacob Cruz. Let's take a look at the lap times here. 12.1 the last time by for our race leader off the end of the straightaway. Second place driver in front of the driver's stand across the start-finish line. 12.2. They're separated by 9/10. Clements in the third spot. 9.7 behind that lead battle. So battle of the blues. Here's second across the start-finish line. 12 flat. 8/10 the gap. There's our race leader. Light blue versus Miami blue. 12 flat, 12 flat. Identical lap times for our 2 front runners last time by. Brandon Clements in the third spot. Brandon in through the middle and across the start-finish line. Kind of course of gray, followed by E.J. Evans. Right behind him in the white, and Lex Tyler rounded out the top 5. Lex got on the wrong side of the pipe early in this race. That was probably his one bad lap there to 26.3. 1 minute and 45 seconds left to go for Stuart Mesa. Down the back straightaway, 12 flats. Modified TC out on the course. Everybody's going to make the triple main events in this one. Cruz in the second spot, trailing by 2.2. Clements in third, 9.7 behind them. EJ and Lex to complete the top 5. Watching on the back straightaway, and we're clear. All right, that looked like third place out of the park there, so we'll take a look. Maybe EJ will have an opportunity to pick up a spot off of Brandon. Brandon with a 17.8. So, yeah, EJ is now just 7/10 off of Brandon for the 3 spots. 1 minute left. Guys. We're going to take a 20-minute break. We're right at 12 noon, so we stayed on schedule for the first round. Watch it over here on the left-hand side, and we're clear. Thank you. Hey, when you got to go, you got to go. 40 seconds left to go. Stewart's 15 flat. What happened? Here comes Jacob. 14-2. They both had bad laps there. So it's going to be a scramble to the start-finish line with 30 seconds left to go. Mason, 12 flat, back on track. Cruz, 12.5, separated by 2.3. So still the light blue of Stewart out in front on a 25 and a 5.06. Jacob in the second spot, 25 and a 5.08. And Brandon in third on a 23 and a 5 flat. Body tuck on the driver's side, rear. And we're clear. That was Clements. So it looks like Lex Tyler up into
transponder 69677716.
Put his head down and kept grinding. Lex back into the top 3 late in this one. Keep going, keep going. Keep driving, keep driving. We got a couple more to finish, 4 more to finish, 3 more to finish, 2 more to finish. Waiting on Jacob. And that's a race. Everybody is done. Stuart Mason going to take the win. Jacob Cruz second. Lex Tyler with a good comeback third. EJ fourth. Brandon